We have a real treat for you tonight. So what a pleasure it is to be invited into Twitter. What amazing office space this is. What amazing food and hospitality we have tonight. So first of all, a big thank you to Dara and his assistant Rihanna and all the hospitality here from the Twitter team. So Dara is Managing Director at Twitter. He joined in November 2012, and prior to this he was a Googler for 5 years, overseeing key agency relationships for YouTube and display. You've all got flyers on your chairs, and you've probably seen Dara talks a lot about what he's rubbish at, so from golfing to cycling. But I think it's fair to say that one thing's very clear: he is absolutely excellent. He excels in leading a fabulously successful online social network. Twitter has fundamentally changed the way we live. There are something like 6,000 tweets a second, 500 million tweets a day, 200 billion tweets a year. It's transformed our lives and that of our brands, and I'm really delighted to be able to welcome Dara as our Tuesday Club Talk this evening. So please join me in a big warm welcome for Dara.
We take our mobile phone for granted. It's one of the things we've just got used to using. Who here has got an iPhone? Okay. Who here has got an Android phone? Who here has got a Nokia 6230? Right? Right. So essentially, the importance of what we're trying to say is that in the last few years, the smartphone has essentially reached critical mass. Everyone's got one. And what's happened is it's changed the way we totally behave. I'm going to go through how in a second. But what's really, really important is that we take all of these things for granted. And we shouldn't. I think there's a Wharton Business School in the US about 15 years ago did a survey and asked groups of people, or a load of people, what's the most important invention of the last 30 years? Remember, that's 15 years ago. And the internet was one, and mobile phone was number two, just. I think if it was done today, the mobile phone would overtake, because actually when that survey was done, you couldn't get the internet on the mobile phone. And because of that, it's totally changed the way we behave, as I say. So communication. Now, obviously the phone is used for communication purposes. I mean, that's not a strange phenomenon, but it's how people communicate, which is interesting. So Adam Khan, he's on Twitter, he's a digital guru on Twitter. He tweeted, preferred way to connect with me, ranked most to least, text, DM, or that'd be WhatsApp, whatever, email, phone, climb through my window, 6, LinkedIn. Now, I think what's interesting here is, obviously back in the day, it was literally phone first and it would work backwards from there. But this is where we see things happening. We see the level of messaging there is going on every day. It's phenomenal. But what we're seeing is not just on individual level, it's at a social or community level. This town on the left to you it's called Hun, and it's in Granada in Spain. And the handsome chap on the right is the mayor. And when he was relatively Twitter obsessed, when he got voted in, he decided to change the town's main communication channel to Twitter. And what I mean by that, instead of people phoning up their, civil services in the town, or writing a letter or an email, waiting for a response, he made sure all of the public services were on Twitter. They could be contacted via Twitter, and he gave them responsibility to do so. So I'll give you an example. This is the police here. They all have their handles there. Proud, look, he's happy with it. And on the cars, this is how you contact them. So this is how people would do it. You have this chap here, Jose Maria. I don't know if there's many Spanish speakers in the crowd, but I'll break it down for you. Hello, Jose Antonio. He's the mayor. Just been walking past this lamppost. It's missing the thing. And it could, electrocute a child, for example. So Jose Antonio, the mayor, replies back, thanks for letting us know. We're going to send our magnificent electrician to sort it out. The electrician goes, listen, I've sorted it. Here are the photos. Okay? Simple as that. All of that happened within 20 minutes. Right? So that wouldn't normally happen in the old way of working. And obviously you could argue, would that be scalable in London and New York? I don't know. But the point is the society is adopting the mobile phone, because all of that was, the guy didn't have a laptop taking a digital camera on his laptop, taken a photo, he did it on his phone, sent it straight away. It's instantaneous, it's real time, and therefore people become happy. And we see that all the time with customer service. People have grown to expect responses straight away. And how we view mobile, and I promise I'm getting to the end, in the media industry, is this. It's like a silo, right? So you've got TV, you've got print, I've made up the size of it, you've got radio, you've got internet, and we've got mobile. But actually, it should be like that. Because mobile is TV. You have YouTube get 50% of its views as mobile, but then broadcasters, iPlayers, growth on mobile devices have gone up massively. ITV Player the same, Channel 4 or All 4 exactly the same. Print, probably I think on Twitter, I think some people say 60% of people see breaking news on mobile, on Twitter, on their mobile device, their other users. All the publications are on Twitter, their journalists are on Twitter, they put their stories on Twitter linking people to their website. Radio, pretty much probably most of you here will be Spotify users or Apple Music maybe. And the internet clearly is very, very mobile, and in 2014, as predicted by Mary Meeker, mobile internet penetration outstripped desktop internet. So, and that's only going one way, that's only going up. So the mobile is not a vertical medium, it's horizontal. And that's why the likes of the IAB don't have a mobile board anymore. Mobile's very much part of everything. So it's very important there. And brands are winning in this space, because I think that when I started at Twitter, we had to teach people how to use it, and it has 140 characters. People didn't really know what they're doing. They had to get specific people writing tweets, understanding what's going on. Now they can just put a tele ad in there. And that's not just on us, that's on pretty much every platform. And this is what they're doing. It's made easy. So yes, you can do something quite bespoke and specific, like Sony PlayStation have got a bespoke emoji today. But more importantly, if you do have campaigns that are running everywhere, whether it's a print ad in the metro, you can put that on there. If it's a tele ad, you can put it on there. So that's it from me, really. Those three things make the mobile phone amazing: communication, content, and consumption.